Hey YouTube and Caymanas back to our fights. Welcome back to Down the Stretch. Go and get this program going early because we have a lot of time in front of us, so might as well just do it from now. I think we have a 9-race card. Yeah, the Ash Ranger, the trophy, is going to be the feature race of the day. Okay, let's get right into it. First race, it's for 4-year-olds and up, optional claiming 350,000 to 250,000, and 6-year-olds and up now is of 3. Big field of 14. They go 5 furlongs straight. I'm boiling this race down to 5 horses. They are the 3, Stanislaus, the 4, Monaco, the 9, Will the Conqueror, 11, Bad Investment, and the 13, Heir of Fire. Okay, Stanislaus, Dale Murphy, Delroy Behari riding. Definitely the most consistent horse in this race, this 11-year-old chestnut gelding. Doesn't really know how to run a bad race. Does have his issues for running at this level still. So 5 straight is basically Stanislaus' pet distance. And once sound enough, I guess Stanislaus again should fight this out. The 4, Monaco, Dane Dawkins for Stedman Curtis. Not a bad run on last, but that was back in December. Basically, this is the same level. It's 250 then, now 350. They have increased the claiming tags, so still at the same level here. Got a freshening coming to this. He was only 2 lengths off of Stanislaus in that event, and coming in here very fresh, so I'm expecting that he might be sound. Good run is expected from this Monaco. Next up is the 9, Will the Conqueror. I'm willing to give Will the Conqueror one more shot. Definitely capable at this low level. Was second to Stanislaus back on the 17th of August when carrying 126 pounds and only losing by a length. Came back to finish 4th over the straight again to Sensational Satin and from Sheer to Ben. Came back the following month again against Stanislaus, where Sabina won. Stanislaus was second. A no-show from Will the Conqueror there has been freshened for this. And just the mere fact that he's coming in here 120 pounds and going to claim 4 kilos off of it from the very flat and neat riding Eric Horton. You've got to give Will the Conqueror another chance. He's drawn better than Stanislaus this time around and coming in a little fresher, giving Will the Conqueror one more chance to get it right. The 11, the horse I really like in the race, is a Bad Investment. Richard Henry claiming 3 kilos off 126 pounds for Dalton Sergio. The last 2 races, lackluster performances, taking step down in class now. Don't think he has ever run this low. No, this is the lowest I think Bad Investment is going to run. Last win was at 400,000 back in November, so that is equivalent to 500,000 now. So stepping down in class. That last win was at 7.5, beating Sticky Down and Right in Flight. His last run over the straight was back in December at 550, which now would be 700. And he was 3rd by 7 lengths to Eagle One and Emperor the Cat. Any one of those horses are here, I promise you would romp this event. Has worked at the exercise. His last work coming to this is the 19th of February out the gate. 5 furlongs straight in 103 by 48.3. To me, that looks like goal at this level. So I think that's the horse I really like. Money line says 6 to 1, so that's a good price. I don't tend to back these races, but I just, it just looks right. The next horse is the 13, Heir of Fire, Radish Roman for Ricardo Brown. Prominent up until the furlong pole last time out on the 22nd of February at 550, at 500,000 claim, I'm sorry. So stepping down in class here, going to be better for that run. This horse has a lot of back class, although she has not won a race in probably 4 years, to be honest. This horse, now 9 years old, but at the lowest level, at the second lowest level, I would say. She's definitely one to watch. For outside possibilities, for your superfectors, I would squeeze the 6, that is the Gifted One. The Gifted One, Christopher Mamdine riding here for Caymanas Park official analyst, that's Michael Kane. This horse also stepping down, does have some speed if he's well prepared for this. Has 1 run for the year, takes a month off, And coming out of the race, he's coming out as with Equinox and Manouche. So definitely a step down in class here for this Gifted One. And wouldn't surprise me if Gifted One turns up. So that's one of my horses to squeeze into these exotic bets. And the 8, King Ear, TJ Suku, claiming 4 kilos for Howard Bogues. Visors off, blinkers on, figure 8 off. So they will remove most of the equipment off of the face of this King Ear. Speedy Sort. First time running this low. 5 furlongs straight. I don't think going to be much of a problem. Last time over the straight was 5th by 11 lengths to Ava Jalen and Adenosine, and we know how fast Adenosine is. So pace wise, I think King Ear is in here with a little shot. So a horse to throw in your exotic bets. The second race, Nature Bred 3-year-old maiden special weight fillies. 7 starters, they go 5 furlongs straight, one in this race down to 3. They are the 1, Queen Latifah, the 2, Margarita, and the 5, Linguist. Okay, Queen Latifah has 4 starts so far. Yet to really show real ability, but did show a spark of pace on last 22nd of February, going 5.5 furlong in a race won by Hansa. Was prominent right up to the final furlong. Much better for that. Still active at exercise, nothing too flashy. Mostly cantering, but is a young horse. Still very fit, has run recently, giving Queen Latifah a good shot in the event. The 2, Margarita, the horse I think they have to beat. Dane Dawkins riding for Gary Sobrati. This well-bred filly out of Avina Melkenu, out of Casual Drink by Casual Trick. In the Sunnystide 6 on debut, looked all over the winner, leaving the furlong pole before Social Aviator came flying and caught her. Took an almost 2-month break, coming back and sold 1-2 favorite, and failed to raise a gallop. Was only there for maybe up to the final 2 furlongs, I think, before giving away and then folding up to finish 5th by 8 lengths to Lady Babita and Linguist. Much better for that run. Still at the exercise, cantering, has a easy 3 furlong work in 39.3, and with that run under her belt and new season starting, I think Margarita, I think the speediest horse in the race, I think she's the horse they're going to have to catch and beat. And the 5, Linguist, Tevin Foster for Anthony Nunes, finally turning her form around. This other also another well-bred Avina Malkeno filly. This one is out of Bilingual. This Linguist, when putting on the figure 8 in the last 2 starts, has 2 very good runs, 2 seconds. So first second was to Lady Babita over the straight 5 in the 8:30 sprint. Came back in a fillies only maiden race and 5.5 furlongs to finish second to Hansa. And so that was a very good run, closing up from the quarter pole to run a good second. And coming in here very fit. I think Linguist should fight it out. The third race, Nature Bred 3-year-old maiden. Small field of 5, they go 5.5 furlongs. I think anybody can win this because I don't know anything about them. So I'm just going to work with 3 horses here. I want to talk why I like these 3, and then you guys can pick who you like. They are going to be the 1, Dream Again, the 3, Papi Uso, and the 5, Brampton Boy. Okay, the 1, I Dream Again, 126 pounds, Robert Halladine riding for Jason Costa. Decently bred horse out of Soul Warrior, out of Lady Najaria by Legal Process. So should have some speed off of the breeding. Working well, January 25th, 4 furlongs in 46.3. Pulled up in 1:01 and 1, very good work. Came back on the 1st of February, out the gate, 47.2, pulled up in 1 minute 2 and 1. Then on the 8th of February, gallop round the bend, 5 furlongs, 103 breezing. The 22nd of February, out the gate, 48.2 by 102 and 3. And final words coming into this, the 28th of February, 5 furlongs in 1 minute 3 and 2 breezing. That looks like very nice gallops coming into a race like this. You know, not extending him too much because he's going to go so short, so you don't really want him burn all himself out on the exercise track. So nice works. That's why I like this I Dream Again. The next horse I like in the race is this 3, Papi Uso. Romero Spence claiming 3 kilos here for Anthony Nunes. A decently bred horse, bred for a ton of speed, Casual Trick, run all day out of Blue Pepsi Lodge. Blue Pepsi Lodge was the 5 furlong track record holder at Calda. I think still, yeah, Calda is no more. So That's the 5 furlong track record holder at Calder. This Blue Pepsi Lodge produced a lot of very fast horses out here. Disappointing on debut on the 9th of February when going 5 furlong straight. Was never in it at all against a very useful horse by the name of Another One, who absolutely, that was the stablemate to this Papi Uso, who absolutely ran away from them in 59 flat. So better for that run. Still at the exercise track, cantering mostly, breezed 4 furlongs in 53 and 3, which I don't mind because youngsters, I don't want them to be working up too hard at exercise. I'm expecting a much improved run here from this very well-bred Papi Uso. And the 5, Brompton Boy, Ryan Lewis, another Anthony Newey's horse. That horse was 4th by 3 lengths and last to Easy Money at 5 furlongs round. Wasn't the fastest run race, but they looked useful in it. This horse has come back to gallop on the 26th of February, 5.5 in 109.4 by 102.4, which is pretty decent coming into this event. I generally try to mark it off, say I can take off maybe a second or two off a workout. So if you're doing that, I'd say Brompton Boy has the possibility of running 108 if I'm working it out that way. So I think they have to run, to beat 108 to beat Brompton Boy. So those are the 3 I'm working it out at. The 1, I Dream Again, decent looking bred horse, well prepared coming to this. The 3, Papi Usu, who faced a horse that he just had no chance again, expecting a much better run this time around. And the 5, Brompton Boy, good work coming to this, has a very good race on debut. Those are the 3 I think the race comes down to. The 4th race, native bred 4 years and up, Nouns of 2, and imported 4 years and up maiden, fillies and mares, 10 starters, 6 furlongs, boiling this race down to 4. They are the 1, Pineapple, the 5, Adira, the 7, She's Dallas Love, and the 10, Rat Them. Okay, Pineapple. Big Caymanas for Patrick Lynch. Very consistent horse. Was expected to leave this class a long time ago. This well-bred daughter of Palace Malice out of Erzuli Dantor by Yanaguska. Okay. 3rd and last by 5 lengths to Lucy in the Sky when stretched out at a mile. Before that was 2nd by 3/4 lengths at 6 furlongs to Princess Fiani. So versatile. 6 furlongs, more up, I think, this Pineapple's alley. If it doesn't get left behind and jumping poorly, should again fight it out. But I'd want to see he has Cardenas in the saddle now, so I don't think Cardenas is going to try to sit too far off it. I think he's going to try to put Pineapple right down in that pace from early, and then what happens. Because every time they hold Pineapple off the fractions, Pineapple tends to come with a late run, and if they go too fast too early, tends not to hold the gallop. I think Cardenas is the right man for this ride here. Has the real run, just needs to get right up in the pace early. I think Pineapple is going to put in a very good performance, has a good shot of winning. The 5, Adira, Radish Roman for Carlton Cunningham. Another horse that I thought probably would have left this class already. Well-bred daughter of Hedgefund out of This Girl Is on Fire by Home Instinct. Last time at 6 furlongs was 4th by 6 lengths to Jay Spieth and Smart Trick and Happy Force. All of those horses have left this level. She has some speed, this Adira. It's just how they run it. Sometimes they let her show it, and then sometimes they try to run on. I think her best shot is to just go to the front. That's Adira's best shot. And 6 furlongs, I don't think they'll be killing themselves for the first quarter. So I think she can get to that lead. And under a very competent ride here from this Radish Roman, I think Adira might turn out to be the horse they're going, I'll have to beat if she gets loose on that lead. The 7, She's Dallas Love, Odin Mullins for Gershwin Smith, hasn't been seen since October when winning by a wide margin at 5 furlongs round, beating Little Maggie, who's present today. This horse could be the flying the ointment, because she does have speed, and if she gets the lead now, that might cause problems for Adira. Might suit Pineapple, but we don't know how good this She's Dallas Love is. She's just returning. She's working. 5.5 furlongs in 111.3 by 103.3. Last work coming to this side, very nice strut, 6 furlongs in 121 and 3. So that's very decent. So she looks very sound, very, very fit. So I'm not going to underestimate the chance of this She's Dallas Love, depending on the racing tactics. Definitely looks like she has pace. So a freshened She's Dallas Love could be very dangerous. And the number 10, Rack Them, Romain Gordon claiming 4 kilos for Fernando Geddes. So coming in pretty light, coming in at 112 pounds, I think. Last time out at 5.5. Was fourth by 6 lengths to Wicked Cassie and So Beautiful. We're going to throw that race out. That was kind of a weird race, in my opinion. Before that, was third by 3.5 lengths to Sipping on Sunshine and Adira. Same 5.5 furlongs. Ran a much faster time than he did after when he ran with Wicked Cassie and So Beautiful. Even the pace was faster and the finishing time. So Rat Them off of that run. I think Rat Them turning him her form around. I think Rat Them is going to be coming with a big late kick with this lightweight in her back. Rat Them is a danger to all and sundry. A outsider to watch for your exotic bets is going to be Little Maggie. Akeem Grant claiming 4 kilos for Adrian Prince. Adrian Prince training very well right now. And with that 4 kilo claim, this Little Maggie coming in very light. Morning line says 25 to 1. Showing nothing in the last 4 starts, but we know Little Maggie is much more capable. And if a speed duel ensues, you might see Little Maggie closing fast, has worked well coming into this. On the 10th of February, before her last run, worked 50-4 with Mrs. Lyndhurst, who is running in overnight allowance, and has been cantering and trotting. So, for exotic bets, I think Little Maggie is a nice outsider to squeeze in there. The 5th race, 3 years and up, optional claimer, 500 to 400,000, and 6 years and up, knowledge of 3. A field of 10, they go 6.5 furlongs. 1 is down to 4. They are the 4, Big Argument, the 6, Let Him Fly, the 8, Turn on the Light, and the 10, Lord of Ajalon. Okay. Big Argument. Tyrese Anderson claiming 4 kilos for Edward Stanberry. So coming in super, super light. This is the first time this horse is going to be running at the claiming ranks. Remember, this is 550. And this horse has been running at overnight allowances. So this is a massive step down in class. Showing nothing in his recent form. There's nothing off his form you can go by to say, okay, this horse has a shot at this, in this race. But stepping this far down in class and been running so long in overnight allowance, Big Argument definitely has a shot here. He definitely has a shot here. They've even put him at 6.5, where looks like it's too long, because if you know, remember when Big Argument used to run well, he used to run well over short distances. They've put him at 6.5 now. So question signs there, but at this level, coming in this light, definitely Big Argument, in my opinion, has a good shot. The 6, I think the horse they have to beat, Radish Roman for Greg Fennell, that is Let Him Fly. 4th and last by 4 3/4 lengths to Tigray Express at this distance when trying to make all the running. Before that, at 7.5 furlongs, did make all the running at 500,000 claimer to win very easily. So stepping back down to 500,000 from 700,000 makes Let Him Fly look like the horse they're all going to have to beat, even with 124 pounds in his back. The 8, Turn on the Light, came with a big late kick on last, to only be beaten a length and a half 4th at 69 to 1 at 5 furlongs round. Stretching out now to 6.5 furlongs. I think shouldn't be a problem. Has Everett Clunis to claim 4 kilos, so also coming in very light for Orville Johnson. And with the well-being now shown from this Turn on the Light, who used to run in much better classes than these, he's also one of those horses that this 500,000 claimer is going to be very comfortable here. Expecting a late run from this Turn on the Light, like how he's this light. And the 10, Lord of Ajalon, Shane Richardson claiming 2 kilos for Anthony Dixon. Disappointing and last, was 9 by 30 lengths, but that was at 700,000. Stepping back down to the class where I think he's more comfortable. Was 4th by 9 lengths in December at 550, which is 700,000 now, and was only 9 lengths beaten by Wilson before that at 6.5 furlongs at 550, was 10th by 18 to Simba the Lion. at 7 furlongs. In the 2nd of November was third by 3 lengths, 3 3/4 lengths to Simba the Lion. So it is a step down in class here for this Lord of Ajalon. The distance I don't think is going to be any problem. Does have some early speed. They've removed the figure 8. So I don't know if that's going to help him. He has run all his races in the figure 8. Maybe it will. Coming in at 112 pounds. Excuse me. Possibly going try to get to that lead early with Let Him Fly. So anything is possible here. And coming in at a big price. Expecting a good run from this Lord of Ajalon. Another outsider to be very careful of, and you can squeeze into your exotics, is the 3 Caveman. Rotamar Weir, claiming 4 kilos for Byron Davis, so coming in pretty light at approximately 112 pounds. Hasn't been out since September of last year. First time coming down to the claiming ranks. Very speedy horse, so possibly, if very fit, could be the horse that's going to shoot off in front, and you're going to have to catch him. Just cantering coming into this race and trotting, but you never can tell if a horse is swimming how fit they are. So tread carefully and squeeze them into your exotics. The 6th race, this is the race I don't really like, to be honest with you. It's nature bred 4 years and up, maidens, 12 starters, 5 furlongs round, and I think any horse wins this race, but I'm working out 4. They are the 2 Valley of Love, the 4 Lucky Papa, the 7 Yorkis, and the 10 Hail the Queen. Okay, Valley of Love, TJ Suka claiming 4 kilos for Philip Elliott. Second and last by 6 lengths to Shea du Jour at 6 furlongs. So getting her act together, this Valley of Love, and lacking speed, but once again should be coming on late if some of the other runners decide to get entangled in a speed battle. So this Valley of Love, I think, will be running her usual race of running on late. The 4 Lucky Papa, not really raced much. This horse only has 5 starts, 2/3. Fancied on last, but faltered in the last furlong to be beaten 4 by 4 3/4 lengths to Big Pop and Sprague, going 4 furlongs straight. Capel around the bend before that was at 5.5 furlongs, was third by 5 3/4 lengths to Gelroy, who looked out of class there. So that's a good look for this Lucky Papa here. He was leading in the event. Has Richard Henry again to claim 3 kilos. Off of that, 124 pounds. So Lucky Papa definitely in here with a good shot of finally pulling this off. Active at the exercise, so looks sound, looks fit. The other horse is going to be the 7 Yorkis, Samantha Fletcher for Colin Ferguson. This horse now, very tricky horse to work out. Bred for a lot of speed. Midnight Hawk, Sweet Pepper by Adore the Goal. Does have a lot of speed, but tends to shorten strides rapidly in the last furlong or so. Last time out though, was kind of holding the gallop a little bit, not really striding out, but still ran a much better race than before. So this Yorkis possibly is, getting his act together. Coming in at 119 pounds, 5 furlongs round. He'd been this back on 11th of January. He ran 5 round when beaten by Fort Haldane, who's way out of class, I would say. Lucky Papa was in front that day, but no. Since that last run, I think Yorkis is the horse that might go right to the front. I think that's the horse they might have to catch. Busy exercise, so I think he's very sound. I think Yorkis is the horse they're going to have to try to catch. And the 10, Hail the Queen, Damar Williams came in 4 kilos for Ian Roberts. 1 start, that was back in December, when finishing 5th by 10 lengths to Radam. So much better horses than these here. Coming back now against these horses, this well-bred daughter of hedge fund out of Seguro Oro. Seguro Oro was the half-sister to Super Stakes winner Ombre. So well-bred horse here, this Hail the Queen. Trotting, cantering, coming into this race, very fit, gets first time lay 6. So this Hail the Queen could be anything. Could probably turn up and just dismantle this field, but that's left to be seen. So I'm working with those 4, and as I said, I know this race, I don't really like this race, any horse win, but those are the 4 I'm working with. The 7th race, nature bred 5-year-old maiden, 7 starters, they go 5 furlongs straight. So this is another set of basically bottom horses, because they're 5-year-olds and they're maidens. So not races I like to work out, but let's give it a shot. Working it out to 4 horses. The 1, Lady Katgara. The 2, Medal Award. The 4, She Who Has No Name. And the 6, Better Than COVID. Okay, Lady Katgara. Paul Francis for Rowan Matty. 6 by 5.5 lengths and last to double the cash. And She Who Has No Name at 6 furlongs. Before that, over the 4 furlong straight, ran a very good race. 4th by 3 lengths to You Look Okay and Empress in the Breeze. So, capable over the straight 5. I think 2 of the best races this horse run was over the 4 furlong straight. Back in November 16th was 7th by 2 3/4 lengths to Jet Ski Girl. So, off of that, I think this horse enjoys the straight. So, even though drawing 1, once Francis just keeps her in a straight line and don't try to drift towards the stands, I think Lady Katgara might run a good race. The 2, Medal Award. Disappointing horse. Demar Williams claiming 4 kilos for David Powell. This horse has been touted numerous times as self-favorite the last 3 times to graduate from this level, but just can't seem to get through that door. Last time out, 7 by 9 lengths at 4 to 5 at 6 furlongs. I'm going to toss that out. That run was just too bad to be true. Unless something has horrifically gone wrong with this horse, which I doubt. But that run is just too bad to be true. Comes back over the straight where he runs his best races. Last time over the 5 straight was only beaten half a length by Clowning Around. So definitely, it looks like Medal Award is the horse to beat. The visor are off. They've now put on the blinker. So I think the blinker is now back on. Maybe that's why he ran so bad on last, because it was the visor he was in. But with the blinkers back on now, definitely looks like the horse to beat. But I'm not going out on a limb and say he's a sure winner, but he looks like the horse they're going to have to beat. The 6, no, the 4, She Who Has No Name. I tipped this one on last, and I thought she got home. I thought she would have gotten home, but she didn't. At 42 to 1, she was caught by double the cash going 6 furlongs. That run shows me that this horse is better than we thought. She did show speed there. This is 5 furlongs straight. This is a much different ball game. This is a galloping course, so she might not be able to display that speed this time around. I think she's going to have more company out there. But just the mere fact that she ran such a good race, Omar Simpson still has it right here for Mike and Marlowe. Given this, She Who Has No Name shot at running another good race. And the 6, Better Than COVID. The car claiming 4 kilos for Ryan Darby. Ran better than final placings indicate on last at 5 furlongs round. Was 6 by 10 lengths, but was leading early. Turned for home. 2nd by a length and a half. At the furlong pole was 4th by a length and 3/4. Then came to a walk in the last 16th. Much better for that run, I think. I'm expecting coming in extremely light. This horse is only carrying a feather in her back. So I can't leave a horse that is this light out of a race of this nature, because this is a really poor race. So at this light and showing such a good run and last, I definitely have to squeeze Better Than COVID in here as a horse to watch. Yeah, I personally would stay away from this race, because this race is just one of those poor races that anything happens, so you don't want to put your trust in it. But just because of like pick 6 and pick 9 purposes, you have to use them. Those are the 4 that I'm working with. The 8th race, native bred 5 wheels and up. None of 4 and imported 5 wheels and up. None of 3. 9 starters, 5 furlongs straight is the distance. Working this out to 4. They are the 3, Bulletproof Coffee. The 6, Loyal Action. The 7, Adenosine. And the 9, Fly Blue Jet. Okay, Bulletproof Coffee. Jerome Ennis for Owen Sharp. Scratched on last, displaying fractious behavior. That was back in January 19th. Before that, on the 26th of December, ramped 5 furlong straight race at None of 3, beating Equinox and Uncle Nub. Both came back to go to the class above this. So this Bulletproof Coffee, right off the bat here, busy at exercise, working well. Definitely looks like the horse you're going to have to beat. The 6, Loyal Action, Romaine Gordon, claiming 4 kilos for Patrick Lynch, so coming in pretty light. Very fit right now, consistent. Last time over the 5 straight was 3rd by 3 3/4 lengths to Lady Abimala. Last time out was 5 furlongs round, went 3rd by 10 lengths to very useful looking huntsman. Fly Blue Jet was second that day. They have now removed the figure 8 once again. Last time he didn't run with the figure 8, was a 5 straight, went third to Lady Abimala. So now coming in 4 kilos light like that day, I'm expecting Loyal Action, who's very fit right now, to put in a very good run, stalking those leaders and trying to see if we can get by this Bulletproof Coffee. The 7, Adenosine, I think the horse that's going to cause the most problems for Bulletproof Coffee. In my opinion, super fast horse, but for this level, not saying is that in the classes of overnight and things like that, but at this level, a very fast horse, a horse that is very hard to get in front of early, relishes the 5 furlong straight distance, was second by 8.5 lengths to Mudshaft and led Mudshaft all the way to the furlong pole. We have seen Mudshaft in overnight allowance hooking up with those horses. So Adenosine is definitely fast, and I think definitely coming here with 7,000, claiming 2 kilos for Enos Brown, is going to give Bulletproof Coffee most of the work to do early for maybe the first 3 furlongs. So I'm going to squeeze him here because, it's horse racing, anything can happen. And the 9, Fly Blue Jet, who, if Bulletproof Coffee lose, I think this might be the horse to beat. Perfectly drawn on the outside, number 9. Javanil Patterson now gets back the ride for Gary Sobrati. This horse known to come with a late run late. So if they go too fast too soon, it suits this Fly Blue Jet who's on the way outside to finish really fast. So those are the 4 I'm boiling it down to. But as I said, Bulletproof Coffee looks like the horse they're going to have to beat. The 9th and final, the feature, the Ash Wednesday Trophy, 3 years and up overnight allowance. Nice field of 13, 6.5 furlongs. And this is easily the most competitive and the most interesting race on the program. Let's try to get into it. I'm going to try to work out. I worked this out to 5. I'll try to narrow it down as small as possible. These are the 5 I work it out with, but trust me, this race is so competitive, nothing would surprise me. The 5 I've worked it out to is the 3, Wall Street Trader, the 6, Banadora, the 8, Unspun, the 9, Sheer Delight, and the 11, Fearless Force. Okay, number 3, Wall Street Trader, 126 pounds. Shane Richardson going to be claiming 2 kilos off of that for Rowan Matty. Last time out, the 25th of January in the Island Cligger Trophy, was second by 3.5 lengths to top class Pack Plays. Had the former Horse of the Year and Jamaica Cup winner Atomica, the champion stay of last year, 3 lengths behind. That was at this exact same distance. Taking a step down in class. This is a big step down in class for Wall Street Trader. But the fact that it was scratched on the 8th of February, they said sick. I don't know what went wrong with this Wall Street Trader for him to be scratched. I think this is the 3rd time that Wall Street Trader has come to the races and been scratched. So that is some cause for concern for me. They have now put on the blinkers. Why? I don't know. The last 3 starts ran without the blinkers and had 2 seconds. 1 second against Desert of Malibu, 1 second against Pack Play, and the other one it was in the Mute Mile. Why put on back the blinkers? I don't know. But okay, trainer knows best. Worked well back in. Hasn't really done anything since that last start, because his last gallop was the 19th of January when he worked 106 for 5.5, and then he came in January and ran that good race behind Pack Plays. But I don't know if he's having problems, but suspicious to me, but definitely looks like the horse they're going to have to beat. The 6, Banadura. As I expected on last, looks like this horse definitely wants to sprint and ran a good race at 5.5 furlongs. Was caught by Inspired Force when Banadura herself was coming with a late run, but Inspired Force came from off the fractions to grab her in the last furlong in a very good 106 and 4 for 5.5. She had sensational move behind her in that event, stretching out even further now. I think she's even going to be more comfortable. Over sensational move going 6.5 furlongs. Robert Halladine gets back the ride, and Jason DaCosta is the trainer. Banadura once again should put in another very good run. The 8, Unspun, Christopher Mamdine for Norman Smith. This horse has recently changed stables from Donovan Hutchinson to Norman Smith. Hasn't been doing really nothing special at exercise in my opinion, Doesn't look like UNSPUN when he was a 2-year-old. He has 3 consecutive wins. He's the champion 2-year-old. And as I pointed out in my last video before, he won the die job sprint. He doesn't stretch his neck out when he's running, and that's some cause for concern for me. When a horse doesn't want to stretch his neck, the last time I saw a horse do that was when Wayne DeCosta had a horse by the name of Casanova Boy, and even though he won 8 consecutive races, he didn't want to stretch his neck out. He ended up chipping bones in both knees, and his career ended abruptly. So this UNSPUN, I think they should throw on like a big shadow roll on him face. Try doing some get some acupuncture for his neck. He definitely there's something going on there. He just doesn't want to stretch his neck out, but looks a very classy sort, and I'm going to have to give him a shot in first run against older horses. Definitely going to give him a shot here. He's the champion 2-year-old. Let's see how he faces off against these older horses for the first time. Next up is going to be the 9, a horse I really like in this race, Sheer Delight, Omar Walker for Dalton Sir June. This one also used to take orders from Donovan Hutchinson, now trained by Dalton Sir June. Don't know what's going on there. This well-bred son of Gervin out of Pantyhose by Awesome, of course. That last run wasn't as bad as it looks. 4th by 7 lengths to Tizstock. He was only a length and a half off of Divine Force in that race, and he was second at the furlong pole. I think he kind of he tried to go after Tizstock too early. In my opinion, I think they should have saved him as much as possible, because there's no way nobody's catching Tizstock. 6.5 furlongs I think is perfect for this Sheer Delight. And once Walker covers him up for a run, don't make him get involved early. This horse has only 1 run, and it's a short run, so they should just cover him up, wait for the last half mile or the last 3 furlongs of the race and ask him for everything. But don't get involved in the early pace. I think Sheer Delight is going to run a very good race in this event. And a dangerous horse in the event, the 11, Fearless Force, Radish Roman for Philip Fiani. Disappointed on last. I carried this horse to win on last, but his stablemate turned up to win, Inspired Force, going 5.5 furlongs. He closed from the top of the lane, 10th by 15 lengths to be beaten 6 by 6.5 lengths. So he made up almost 9 lengths in the last quarter. Going an extra furlong now. Radish Roman coming back for that ride now. Definitely, I think Fearless Force is an outsider to watch. I think he's got a lot of potential. The distance is not going to be a problem. Looks like she's improving at the right time. Has her work coming into this 4 furlongs in 49 and 2. Wouldn't surprise me if this Fearless Force turns up and upsets calculations. If I was going to squeeze a long shot in like the exotics, the Superfecta and the High Five, I'd look no further than Freedom Street. Freedom Street is the kind of horse that turns up when you least expect him. And throwing that last race out at 5.5 when finished 10 by 12 lengths to Inspired Force and Banadora, he's the horse this is his home, overnight allowance. Freedom Street, this is his happy hunting grounds. Last time at this distance was second by 8.25 lengths to Digital One, who was way out of class in that event. So if the right Freedom Street turns up, could definitely come into the exotics at a good price. Okay, guys, that's my look for this Ash Wednesday program. I'm putting this out from early, so you guys have a lot of time to look at it and revisit if you want. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, leave me a message. I like to communicate with you guys. You guys teach me too. Sometimes I miss some horses and you guys point it out. Hey, what about this horse? So leave a comment. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and as usual, be safe.